We just saw this tonight.
Yes, we did.
It's directed by some guy I don't know. And I meant to watch the one movie people recommended to me, and I even got Showtime on Amazon because it has all the A24 films. I'm like, I'm going to watch that movie before it comes out. I didn't watch it.
What movie is it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Great.
I think his name is Lee something.
I remember seeing Lee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
Lee Corny? Is he Lee? Lee
Cronin?
Cronin?
I feel like that's not right.
Lee Cornin? I like Lee Corny.
Lee Cordy. Okay.
Yeah, directed by Lee Corny.
Lee Cronin.
I was right.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that sounds like...
While she's looking up facts.
Okay.
That was another good thing about
Okay.
2013 and this. Bruce Campbell is still like heavily involved in it, even though he's not acting in it.
He does act in the
He does.
In Rise.
He does. He's in Rise, and he's at the very end of the Evil Dead remake.
Yes, he is.
But no, he's very like, he had an influence over the story. He made sure it was, going the right way, because we've seen other horror franchises be handed off to other people and they kind of fall apart. So it's
Yeah.
nice to have that original guy. I know the new Halloween movies had John Carpenter, but he's like, I just want to do the music with my son. Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi like, we actually kind of care. We're producing this. Let's make sure it's good. So yeah, they announced Evil Dead Rise a few years back. At the time, I didn't know what it was going to be. I'm like, is it a sequel to the remake? I doubt it. It would tie into the film at all, or the TV show. But it would have been cool to see like Kelly and all them be in it.
Those are two different vibes.
I know, which the director talked about in that interview. So yeah, then they said, hey, we're going to do Evil Dead in an apartment complex. And I went, oh, good. Because even by season 2 of the show, I was getting a little tired of the cabin. I don't know how you guys felt.
I love the cabin.
I love the cabin too, but 2 movies and 2 seasons, and it's in the beginning of Army of Darkness. It's like, okay, we've seen the cabin. I have like 2 video games now with the 3 video games that feature the cabin. I've seen the cabin. We're good with the cabin.
Have you seen the cabin?
I have seen the cabin.
What about Cabin in the Woods?
I've seen Cabin in the Woods also. I've actually been in, not the cabin, but I've been in actual cabins.
Oh, I've been in a cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cabins are great.
Yeah.
I like cabins.
Talking about cabins. Gabbing about cabins. That's our new show.
Cabin.
Abe Lincoln was in a cabin.
No, he was in a log house.
Log cabin, right?
Is it the same thing?
I think so.
Oh.
Sign up to our Patreon, the Gabbing About Cabins Patreon.
Where we learn the difference between log cabins and log houses.
We're raising money to go on our Cabins Across America tour, where we can finally podcast from inside cabins.
It's made a big one.
Love that.
Wow, Monica, look, this one also has a fireplace.
Oh my gosh, look at that deer head.
Yeah.
That's a moose head. That's another deer head.
Crystal, did you notice there's deer outside? That reminds me of all the other ones we went to. Anyway, back to
I
Evil
would
Dead.
love that.
So Evil Dead Rise, they said it was going to be in a high-rise apartment. It's kind of how I felt about the new Scream, too. I'm like, oh, they're going to New York. That's
I
fun.
haven't seen the new one yet. I still haven't seen it, and I know it just came out on streaming, so.
I know, but I'm pretty sure you know it was in New York.
What?
Oh my god.
You just ruined the whole movie for me.
Did you miss all the posters?
Where it's like, Scream, I love New York.
I literally had a poster as you were coming down the stairs.
I have to look where I'm going.
Anyway, so yeah, I thought a new location would be refreshing.
Yeah.
I was kind of interested to see how it would get there. This almost went to HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the director was like real upset about that and pushing against that. And it actually turned out to be a really smart choice because this movie is doing very, very well right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Renfield is not, but that was also a very good movie.
Seen that yet.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Renfield.
It's good.
That movie has Evil Dead 2 style. Imagine a kung fu scene with Evil Dead 2 style gore. That's Renfield.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Evil Dead Rise. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then I saw the trailer. And I'm like, wow, this trailer looks really good. And then I saw the eye scene. I was like, worst movie ever. Not going to see it.
He did make a sound during the
did.
movie.
I
Yeah,
did.
he's like, no.
At least I was like,
No.
you know what? I was a little prepared for that one because of the trailer. The guy getting his eye bit, I was not prepared for that. And then the spitting eyeball, which is a callback to 2.
Yes.
I wasn't prepared for that one either. I'm like, damn it. I thought I was going to be on my best eye defense, and they blindsided me with 2 of them.
Oh, wait. Oh, man. But you saw the movie without me first, right? At South by Southwest?
No, actually, I did not. Okay. I have a confession. Did you see the South by Southwest incident? They screened the movie and they had a Q&A and someone screamed, "This movie fucking sucks." And he was booed out of the stage.
Yeah.
And Bruce Campbell made fun of him. Guys, that was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not shocked by that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
I'm really sorry.
I thought we were seeing it together. And
no. Here's the thing. Tonight was the first time I watched this, so I got invited to South by Southwest because I'm very important and famous.
Okay.
They said, "Bring you and your entire crew," and I went, "Good, just me." And I went out there.
Sounds right, actually.
Yeah, way to get
That actually sounds right.
They said, "Are there other people on your show?" And I'm like, "Nope, it's a one-man show."
That actually sounds correct.
So I went to South by Southwest, and they're like, "Oh, you could go to the Evil Dead Rise screen." I'm like, "Oh, but my cousin Monica, my favorite cousin, because she's in the room with me right now." So I'm saying that.
Related to him.
My favorite cousin.
You share blood.
And I feel comfortable
I
saying
know.
that on I feel comfortable saying you're my favorite cousin on camera because none of my other cousins watch the show.
Yeah.
So they can't argue with me about it. So I went to the premiere and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to watch the movie. I'm not going to watch the movie. I'm going to watch a different movie on my phone.
Okay.
So I put on a different movie on my phone, okay? And I was like, you know what? Let me just pull up any movie. Wishmaster 3. I was like, you know, I've reviewed the first two Wishmasters. Maybe I'll review Wishmaster 3 one day. So I was watching Wishmaster 3 on my phone while Evil Dead Rise was playing.
Okay.
And I had headphones in. And Crystal, it's so embarrassing. During the Q&A, they were like, "Hey, everyone, here's Bruce Campbell and stuff." The movie ended on my phone. And I was so angry at how bad it was.
So it's exact the same time?
So I screamed,
This movie fucking sucks.
looking at my phone. And then everyone started booing me, and I didn't have time to explain myself. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about Evil Dead Rise. I actually didn't watch it. And that only made them madder. And I'm like, but it's because I wanted to watch it with my cousin. They said, get out. Get out, you guy.
And you made a really awkward exit, too. I saw that,
Yeah.
where you tried to get out, and then it was just like a fake out, and you had to go the other.
It was a little awkward. And they said, we're never giving you an invitation here again, Adam Does Movies. Because that's who I lied about being. They said Adam Does Movies is never allowed at South by Southwest. And I was like, good. Adam Does Movies, never want to be here again. So yes, so I did see it for the first
Sorry
time
to
tonight.
Adam, who I don't know who he is.
He's a friend of mine that I collaborate with often.
Got it. Sorry.
That's another movie channel.
Was that longer than your about your evil stepsister or your?
No, we're not talking about the evil stepsister again.
I'm
that
not
was,
sure which story
people
is
are
longer,
still
that or this one.
I can't wait till October rolls around so that episode ends up in the algorithm and I get more complaints. So yes, Evil Dead Rise. Crystal, what was this movie about? Are you still looking up facts about the director?
Oh, no, I'm looking up facts about the movie, actually.
Okay.
Did you
that
find
we
out
have-
what the director did?
Oh, The Hole in the Ground.
That's the one they told me to watch, and I had it.
Good.
I didn't watch it.
I mean, is it supposed to be good?
Yeah, it was good enough. They gave him an Evil Dead movie. I don't know.
People don't do.
He
good
really
movies
didn't.
and
He
still
really
get
didn't have
others.
a whole lot to his name, though. So like,
Yeah, he
it
really
must have
was
been good.
like. Neither did Fetty
Alvarez.
Alvarez. That guy. I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been butchering names and just going, that guy. Yeah, he didn't really do a lot. He's since gone on to do some really good movies. He did Don't Breathe, which I thought was really good. And now he's going to do an Alien movie. But anyway, tell us what the movie's about while Monica also researches more facts about said movie.
Oh, there's a lot of facts, though. So.
Oh, I bet.
Okay.
Movie is about there's a single mom and she has these three
Three kids.
kids. Yep. Because every Evil Dead has basically 5 characters.
That
a
is
thing.
true. And a
That's
couple
thing.
throwaway ones.
Oh yeah.
Except for Army of Darkness, that's the outlier. But yes, keep
That
going.
is. She has 3 kids, and her sister comes to visit, and her sister is coming because she's knocked up.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
And then an earthquake happens, and they find the book.
Yeah, the
That
earthquake
was
was
interesting.
The
It
earthquake-
felt a little.
I'm like, was the
forced.
earthquake
Yeah.
kind of
Little
like
forced.
related to the evil forces? Because that was like an intense earthquake.
That was really intense, and there just happens to be a bank vault.
They mentioned that earlier,
They
though.
did mention it. because
This
Stephanie is fantastic. I am obsessed with the little girl. I was
no,
dying
that's
the
not
whole
her
time.
name.
No, but she
No,
has the
her-
doll.
her-
Okay,
It's
but-
her name.
like-
Steph.
Okay, you
Head of the
gotta
doll.
because you said Stephanie, and you said little girl. People might be confused.
Sorry. But the little girl makes a doll head and a staff called Staffany.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah, they find the book in the vault, and you see all these crosses and coins and everything
Very
around it.
weird ass vault.
I would
Yes.
love that vault. But
So-
yeah, if you ever see a vault like that, don't take anything.
If I went into a vault that was surrounded by like crucifixes
Don't.
and like just a bunch of warnings, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
Especially right after an earthquake too. Like, why do you want to go deeper in the ground?
Yeah, that was a bad.
They're also not very smart. They also took the elevator. Up
Yeah, the kids were kind of idiots. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
they
they're
look
kids.
pretty stupid.
Yeah. The kid's like a wannabe DJ, takes the vinyls. The
Oh, God,
vinyls
yeah.
and the books. But there's
No.
so many callbacks, and then possession happens.
Yes. Yes, he unleashes the demons, and then the small apartment building gets overrun by deadites, mostly just the mom.
It's just the that one floor though. It's
That was
only
Well,
the
no,
one thing
but-
about the movie is like just the one floor.
But I think it's because it was
Well,
happening
no.
to them.
It wasn't just there wasn't a lot of people in the building. She mentioned it's being demolished in a month.
Yes.
So the building was pretty much abandoned anyway.
Yeah.
That's actually not how the movie starts, though.
Well, it starts with at the cabin.
That's
There is
that's
a
another
cabin.
fun thing. I did like that it started with a cabin. I'm like, oh my
like
God, we're doing
There
this.
is so more. There are
I
Easter eggs.
almost wish that wasn't in the trailer because that would have been a funny way to start with the cabin.
Oh, that title.
Well, they're in the
shot-
lake in the trailer though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that title shot.
That was cool.
So cool.
So basically, the
It was
movie starts
gorgeous.
with like the ending of a different Evil Dead adventure that we
Yes.
didn't see.
Well, she's also, she's reading the book. The sister or the cousin is laying in the bed and she's reading. That's a callback from the first movie.
the tarot,
when they're
the
reading
cards. Yeah, because
Yep.
she's reading the book. She knows all the words of the book,
words,
kind of
yep.
like the girl knew all the cards. That was
Well-
pretty clever.
Eight of spades. Jack of clubs.
Yep. There's a lot of throw up again.
She rips her scalp off, and then the girl just walks outside. I'd be like, ah!
She is screaming, but she also could be in like full shock.
Yeah.
Why would you run toward the water? Run towards civilization and be like, help,
Because
put my
the
head
guy
back
was
on.
out there.
Boyfriend.
That
Her
guy
boyfriend
sucked.
can't
I
help.
know
Well,
he sucks,
obviously.
but if he's your only other like option, that's who you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a fun opening with like all the people being killed in the cabin and then the rise, and then it goes one day earlier.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah, which was pretty
'Cause you're
cool.
like, what the fuck?
You're like, how does it
How does
end up
that
there?
happen?
Which was a fun because I actually
It was
was
really
asking myself toward the end. I'm like, how does this connect to
Yeah,
what we
I
just
forgot.
saw?
I forgot
Yeah.
until all of a sudden she walks out, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like that's that girl.
Yeah.
that's right."
So
That happened.
basically, the mom gets possessed. They're dealing with her, and like one by one, the family's getting possessed, and also people in the building get attacked.
Did you notice the pizza box?
I did.
I
I was like, Henrietta Pizza. I like that. Yeah, it has it. Well, Scream 5 had some pretty subtle references to the old Screams.
Sure.
Scream 6, the newest one, they're very blatant with the references, but it's meant to be. This one had some subtle ones. Like the Henrietta Pizza means nothing if you haven't seen the other one,
That's
but
correct.
it's not distracting.
No, you don't notice it unless you're like looking at it and like you're a fan, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And there were a couple things like that.
The eyeball,
And I
the-
love the beginning is really good at like setting up stuff. Like they show like I guess it's the son of the machine that killed Michael Myers in the new movie. It's also a metal grinding thing that
it
just
is.
happened to be there. And you're like, okay, kind of like Halloween Ends. We're like, well, that's gonna be used later, obviously. Yeah, it's a fun premise. The Deadites in a building. It's pretty cool.
It was interesting.
Yes.
There's a lot of the singing still.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, especially when, what is it, in the second one, when Henrietta is singing, and there's a lot of callback to
Yeah.
Henrietta.
Yes. Well, because it has the
Because
whole
the
mother
mom.
thing part
Oh,
of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of callback to that.
I will say, having like a family this time was pretty interesting
liked
because like
it.
we've constantly seen kids going to the cabin, kids going to the cabin.
One, the Evil Dead 2013, their brother and sister.
No, but I mean like
Yeah.
it's always like young kids. Well, even the first one, their brother and sister, but like young kids going to a cabin. Other than 3, which is medieval warriors. But anyway, what proper Evil Dead. It was fun to see just like a family, single mom and whatnot with her really liberal daughter, which I'm sure people are complaining about on the internet when she's like, I have to go to the protest. I'm like, there's probably 10 guys bitching
But it
about
also
that.
makes sense.
And
They're
I'm one of
also-
them.
They're, oh my
I went woke. Monica was like, Tony, stop screaming woke at the screen.
We're gonna get kicked out.
And then I texted Bruce Campbell. I'm like, that movie did fucking.
I was right.
I was going because they're in LA and the climate change and like the fires and stuff like that. I was like, it's just kind of setting up the location. That's why I was.
Yeah, I feel like they could have done more with
I
it.
thought she was gonna be protesting that their apartment building was gonna get shut down.
No, I don't think
that's what
anyone
I
could.
thought it was
At
gonna
that
be.
point, I don't think. They could have
So
done
about the
anything.
apartment building, as a Resident Evil fan, I kind of appreciate it that they're like, this creepy old weird apartment building actually used to be a bank. Because in Resident Evil 2, the weird police station, it's like, it used to be a museum, and then we turned it into a police station because,
They're funsies.
People do that a lot though.
military spending, yeah, they're like, yeah, we turned it into a police station. So I'm like, I kind of like that reference that there's like hidden stuff in the building. There's one setup where they talk about a ghost that'll get your change.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, when the Deadites come, that'll probably come to be, and it didn't.
I'm happy it didn't.
Nah,
Because
that
I
would've
forgot
been
about
cool.
it,
That
and
would've
I was
been
just
cool.
like,
That would have been cool.
no, now you're
It just
now you're
set up
pushing it a little too much.
Stephanie.
Yeah,
Sure, it did set up
You
Stephanie.
had to- yeah. So now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
because when she comes in and she breaks the staff, and
Yeah.
that was
And
great.
it's like, good thing she was prepared with Stephanie.
Yeah. I didn't like the two older kids that much.
Danny and Bridget.
Yeah, the youngest girl was really good. She was
Yeah.
really good.
Danny seemed off. He felt like he was adopted.
Yeah, he did. I do like the relationship with the sisters, how they're not like they don't like hate each other or anything. They're just
They're
not
the
really.
sisters.
I like that she's just like, I can't believe your husband left you. Why didn't you call me? And she's like, I did twice. You didn't answer. It's like, oof. Oh no, she feels pretty bad about that.
Yeah.
Cause she's there to ask for help about like this pregnancy thing. It's like, oh, now I look like an asshole because I was not there for my sister at all.
Yeah.
It was.
I will say
Yeah.
they managed to find two actresses that legit look like sisters.
They do.
Yeah, I was sitting there like they actually look very similar. I could see it. So how do you feel about the Deadites in this one? They feel more similar to 2013 than they do the other ones.
Yeah.
I will say the family Deadite did creep me out. The one where they're like, they start melding into their mother.
Yeah,
Wasn't that a name? They had a name for it.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, they turn into like a spider kind of.
Yeah.
It's like the Thing almost. That thing was cool. It looked like it was mostly practical, which I kind of like because if it was CG, it would have been jumping on the walls and it would have looked a little bit more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
I
that
do
was pretty
say
good.
I like that Deadite.
Yeah.
Like you said, the rest were just normal.
Yeah, this and the other remake, I'm just like, all right, well, they're just kind of gray with yellow contacts. I kind of want like how they
That's
look
what
in
they-
like the show and stuff where they have like the pronounced cheekbones. And, the
Yeah.
skeleton, like the big giant teeth.
But then you're over exaggerating it a little bit too much.
Yeah, but I
The
mean,
show is a little bit
it's
more jokey. This one's a little bit in between.
But I mean, if
jokey
this is
and-
supposed to be like Evil Dead 2, and then why not
doesn't-
have a little bit more fun with it? This is a little bit more fun than Evil Dead 2013.
I will go with that.
Yeah.
It felt more realistic in the beginning, and then as soon as we hit them, the sister and the little girl leaving the apartment, the
Mm-hmm.
door, and going into the elevator, that started feeling a little bit more jokey as they were going along. It just felt, it just like middle to the end was jokey. And then also it looked like the shots were turning more Evil Dead-esque. Or maybe
Yeah.
I just started realizing.
Well, that could also be a reference to the first one where it's like film normal, except for like the last 30 minutes where
That's
like
what
the
it
camera's
felt
all
like.
warped.
Yeah.
Do you have?
Oh no, hold on. There's like pages worth of it. Hold on.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll explain the 3 books.
Is it each? Wait, let me guess.
Yeah, so-
because this is what my gut says
Okay.
is it's a book was left in the 2013. There's a book for this one, and there's a book for the Ash
Yes.
because they all seem different kind of Deadites.
Yes.
And they all have
Because
different,
they
like,
asked
words and
they
stuff.
asked the director, does the TV show factor in? It's like, well, we didn't really
That's the
factor it
Ash.
too much a little bit. But he's like, I wanted to focus on the films, and it's like, okay, there's 3 books in Army of Darkness. And it's like the one book ends up being Ash's book, the other one is the remake, and then
Yes.
this one is this, even though they look completely different. And also, I'm pretty sure the point of that scene was that there were 2 decoy books. I don't think it was meant to be that thought. Like, I don't think you were supposed to think into it that much. But anyway, I did like the book in this, how it had teeth.
Yeah,
That was a fun
and
little
it
update.
cut 'em, and that's how it started opening.
Yeah.
I thought that kind of stuff was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And I love the fact that they're also playing the vinyl. I like that it was vinyls, not the tapes.
Yeah.
But I think, if I'm remembering this correctly, Ash plays tape 2, and that's the one that actually has the words, and Vinyl 2 actually has the words.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't pick up
That
on
was
that.
interesting. And also, when the sister has the headphones in and she's listening to them saying, "Oh, the body needs to be," I only know this because I literally went back and rewatched all of them too, where it like hit me more, where she had the headphones on and they're saying about the only way to disembody them, like to stop them is disembody them.
Disembowel. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
And that
Dismember
was-
them.
Dismember them. Thank you. Just something.
Disembody. Disembody is a word. I'll give you that.
Thank
You didn't make up a new word. You used a real word wrong. Good job.
Yay!
We have to give Crystal credit that she uses words right.
But Ash, I'm pretty sure, is listening through the headset when the same moment.
Probably,
He's
yeah.
listening to it.
Well,
But
it's a
this
different
one-
recording, but they're saying similar
but
things.
They say very similar thing, except this time it says even when you do that, they're still going to keep going. The other
Yeah.
one didn't have the finishing of
No,
it. So
no.
like every time you listen to it, it almost sounds like there's more and more.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Did you find your fact?
Oh, it just says this is the second film in the Evil Dead series to be shot in 2.39.1 and the first in the series to be filmed in Panavision.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a good looking movie. I loved
It's like-
the stuff with the peephole.
The
Like a lot of that
people
movie
was
is done through that
great.
people, and so this takes a couple things done in the original and kind of updates them. So like instead of the trees, it's the wires.
Yes, in the
which
elevator.
I thought was
Yep.
cool. Although I mean, it was previously topped by the dead body attacking Bruce Campbell in the show and covering him in poop. This was a little easier to watch than that one. But yeah, the peephole kind of reminds me of the basement, her peeking out of the basement instead of her
Okay.
peeking through the hole. That was cool. I like her little scene where she just kills everyone in the hallway.
I love it.
Yeah, and that main girl. So I think
So when you say main girl, do you mean Beth?
is that the mom.
No, the mom is Ellie.
Bye, Ash.
Ellie.
Oh,
Ellie.
Ellie.
So Ellie, when I was watching, I was like, man, that girl looks really creepy. She's scaring me more than most Deadites have. And I'm like, what is it about this Deadite that's really, really creeping me out? And then Casey texted me and said, that girl looks like Crystal. And I went, that's it. That's where it is. That's where it is. She did kind of I was, as soon as
you
Casey
have your
said,
Halloween costume ready to go.
I was going to say, I'm like,
down.
Crystal, that actually is a really, you just have to make your hair more red and
I
add
can do
fake
that.
tattoos.
Oh,
Because
I could put real tattoos.
I'm looking at her, I'm like, yeah, she is kind of tall. She has like similar face. Like,
Yeah.
that actually does look like Crystal. And then I was
down.
like, this movie's scary.
This is terrifying.
I was like, Monica, let me know when it's over. Ah! And then Crystal texted me. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's,
Dead by dawn.
and I
Dead
feel like
by
she's getting a
dawn.
lot. Yeah, she's getting a lot of attention from this. She
She
put on
is.
a really good performance.
She's also pretty big in what, Viking, is it? Right?
I
I've
didn't
seen
watch
a
it.
tiny bit of Viking. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure she's in that.
I didn't watch it, but yeah, she's like, people are loving her in this. She's in
great.
all the advertisements. She does a really good job in it. Overall, I really enjoyed the film. I think I like the story and the characters more than 2013. I
Yes.
think 2013 was technically better executed, though. I think it looked better and was shot better, and
I don't know.
there was something about this movie that I felt off, like visually. You know what it is? We saw it in a modern movie theater, and like movie theaters leave too many lights on.
Oh.
Yeah, so I feel like it was. I don't know. I
Threw you off?
I don't know. I feel like the theater should be darker when you're watching
I
a
would
horror
love
movie.
that.
Yeah.
I was at a dine-in movie theater.
Oh, I'm
and
never
I
going to those
can't
again.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those because the lights are always on next to me, so I had to put my jacket.
And then you
over
get
it.
your food so late into the movie.
Oh no! Well, this one that we went to, you have to order it before, and then they literally by the time I know he ordered the guy I went with, he ordered a soda, and by the time we got to
brag
yours-
much. Guy I went with.
It was a date. It was a second date with.
Hey,
someone.
hey! I almost had a date recently.
What happened?
It got canceled.
Oh,
It hasn't messaged me to reschedule, but keep going.
yeah. Okay. Well.
I'm
oh,
okay.
what's okay.
I'm
glad
okay.
You're okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. You sure?
I don't usually drink during episodes. I'm okay.
You sure?
You're too far away. I would pat you.
Oh,
Continue.
yeah. No.
Oh,
I
no,
got the food.
Whenever I go to those things like movie tavern, you've been to a movie tavern?
Yeah.
You like order the food early, and then it's just like you're watching a movie. It's like, here's the secret revelation you've been waiting for. It's like, sir, your nachos. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, did you want this? And I'm like, Yeah, that's me. I actually wanted something up, but it's fine. I'm trying to. Okay, and it's like, oh my god, I hate all of you. I think Jess worked at a movie tavern, so I don't hate her, but everyone else who's worked at a movie tavern,
I mean,
unless
but
you
it's not
subscribe,
their
Movie
fault.
tavern.
huh?
A movie tavern?
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
give you food and stuff.
That's what they call.
Yeah, they're called movie taverns.
I've never heard it called a movie tavern. I only
Well,
heard it dine-in.
movie tavern is a chain,
Oh,
but yeah.
I've never been to one.
Yeah,
I've
they
only
have
been to,
like
like
the
AMC dine-in.
they have the things where you can pull out like the little like
Yeah.
TV tray almost in front of you, so you eat.
That's what the AMC dine-in thing.
So Evil Dead Rise.
Yes.
I do think this one tried to work in some more cartoony stuff from the later
Oh,
movies, but keep it
absolutely.
still grounded in that horror feel. I think my favorite moment was like her crawling in through the ceiling and crawling on the wall. Kind of reminded me of Exorcist 3 when the old lady's crawling on the wall. I really like that. It's a very enjoyable film. The effects are top notch. I thought the effects were great.
So much blood, so much goo, and oh my god, the elevator blood. That alone.
Yeah.
How much blood did they use? Thank you,
Oh,
Shining.
oh,
but
hold
Yeah.
on. That's 6,500 liters or 1,720 gallons of fake blood were used.
was that more or
We
less?
use gallons. This is America, okay?
I'm just reading it, okay?
I wonder if that's more or less than 2013. Because they still made it almost rain blood.
Yeah, what 2013 gets it kind of
that was a
cheats because it's
lot.
raining blood, but
Like, I want to know which one has the most blood, and
Yeah.
it might be this one. This
It
had
did
a
feel like it.
lot of blood.
Yeah.
I loved it though. It's not
Yeah.
Evil Dead. You
And I
don't
thought-
have
so-
the
Oh, yeah.
amount.
I thought, without spoiling too much, I thought it was gonna get like kind of like remember 2013, Jane Levy's possessed, but the brother's like, "I'm gonna save you, sis," and he does, and he sacrifices himself, but she gets to live.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna do something where like, I can overturn the spell to save mom and my sister and no, this movie's like, now they're deadites. Fuck them, they're dead now.
Well,
They're-
sometimes they turn back when it's the next day.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were pretty fucked up though. So
The
like,
rules
what were they
changed.
gonna come back?
That's
as?
pretty funny.
Well, he also
At
said
one
like
point,
your mom is now.
it's funny. The sister
She's
should
with
have
the
been.
maggot.
The sister
Your
should have
mom's
been
with
like, let's wait
maggots.
until daytime. Although, again,
They wouldn't
it
know.
depends on the deadite because we've seen
Yes.
deadites in the daytime. The one
Yeah.
when Ash would turn normal during the day, but again, they're all from hell. They all have
They didn't
different
know
powers.
what's her face. The what's that lady? Didn't she turn normal too? Well, she turned
No, that was
normal,
after
yeah.
the spell was lifted.
Oh, that was the spell. That's right.
Yeah.
I get the rules.
But there were
rules don't- the
deadites that he
rules
was
change.
fighting in the daytime in that movie,
Yeah,
so
there
that's why it gets
was.
confusing.
Dead
Yeah,
dog.
it was a good time. It was a good time. If the first movie was the remake was more like the original film, this is like, hey, let's do that again, but a little bit wackier, although not as wacky as Evil Dead 2. I'm excited to see what the next one will be. Do you think they'll try to top Army of Darkness? Well, Evil Dead Rise, it kind of seems that they're like the Deadites are all over now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they got out.
Yeah. So
She didn't stop them.
No.
Yeah.
It
You
truly
can't
was,
stop
like-
them. Like you can
Yeah.
tell, like you can't stop them.
do you think there will be skeletons in the next one? Are we going to get the return of skeletons?
I could hope.
Yeah.
Bring
I
back
want to
the
see
claymation.
some
Yeah.
I want to see some crazier looking demons going forward. People painted gray with yellow contacts, that's creepy, but let's get some like actual like Evil Dead 2 has the rotten apple head monster that comes in
It's
through
so
like
good.
I want to see that. Can I get
Yes.
that? And I know the TV
It's
show gave
like
us that. The TV show gave us that.
Beetlejuice-esque.
Huh?
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Beetlejuice-esque.
I will say I was actually defending this movie before it came out because people were like, "No, Bruce Campbell, not involved, not interested." It's like he gave you 3 like
Yes.
it was
Gave you multiple movies, like
yeah, and 3 like
3
recently 3 seasons and 2 video games because he's also in Dead by Daylight and the Evil Dead game. It was annoying with 2013 because we really wanted a 4th one and we got a remake instead. But this time I was fine with it. I'm like, no, we got
That was
3
fair.
awesome TV series. Like, that's great. He doesn't need to do it ever again. I'm fine if he never does it again. But yeah, now we've gotten to the end of it here. Do we have any last thing to say about Evil Dead Rise?
It was awesome.
I definitely feel like I love the fact that it was almost claustrophobic because they were stuck in an apartment building.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
They were like basically trapped in their apartment the whole time.
Mm.
and then
Oh, the
Oh,
elevator.
and
They're like,
there was
elevator
this-
and the
Yeah.
stairs were just.
We forgot there was a blackout and the signal's gone and there's a storm, so they like can't get people's attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering like how do you keep them isolated in the city? And I'm like, oh, well, that's how you do it, I guess. So now we're at the end of the episode. What do you think is the best Evil Dead movie?
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.